Have you ever wondered why your dog stares at you? Could it be that they're plotting your downfall, or perhaps they're just in awe of your ability to open the fridge? Well, let's delve into a rather amusing tale that will give us some insight into this canine conundrum. Picture this, a dog named Bark Twain, a rather witty and surprisingly sophisticated border collie. One day, Bark Twain decided to take on an ambitious project. He was determined to understand the human world, and more importantly, he wanted to crack the code to the refrigerator. Bark Twain would spend hours each day, his paw on his chin, studying his human, a man named Fred. Fred, a creature of habit, would always make his way to the fridge around the same time each day. Bark Twain observed this with a keen eye, his tail wagging in anticipation. One day, as Fred was caught up in his favorite show, Bark Twain saw his chance. He trotted over to the fridge, his paws patting softly against the kitchen tiles. He stood up on his hind legs, reaching for the refrigerator handle. Alas, his paws slipped, and with a loud crash, he found himself sprawled on the floor, surrounded by a week's worth of groceries. Fred rushed into the kitchen, his eyes wide with surprise. He looked at Bark Twain, who was now covered in a mixture of milk and orange juice, with a mix of amusement and disbelief. Bark Twain, despite his embarrassing predicament, wagged his tail, a sheepish grin on his face. So, does your dog stare at you because they want your soul? Well, not quite. It seems more likely that they're just trying to figure out how to get their paws on your leftovers. But let's not entirely rule out the possibility that your dog might be plotting to take over the world. After all, who wouldn't want to be in control of the refrigerator? In conclusion, dogs might not be after our souls, but they're definitely after our snacks. And who knows, maybe one day we'll come home to find our dogs opening the fridge and helping themselves to a well-deserved treat. Until then, keep an eye on your furry friends. They might be more clever than you think. After all, as Bark Twain showed us, where there's a will, there's a wag.